Hi guys. Today I just wanted to share what I've been doing lately. I've decided to revisit some of the dies that I have that I used to use a lot and make embellishments with. And so today what I have been playing with is the Tim Holtz sewing room die, I think it's called. And so I'll show a few of what I've been making. And I've been using just really any scraps, all sorts of things that I've got laying around. So this one, a lot of them are just very, very simple. This one's using mulberry paper. This one's using some handmade marble paper and some zigzag net, I think that is. And then here it's just some honeycomb paper and a flower, some handmade paper string. That's another one with handmade paper string. And I've used the Clarity haberdashery set of stamps to do the safety pin. So that's just some. Then we have this one, which is using sensation ribbon, which is this stuff here, which is really cool because it's it has a memory. It's wired, so you can mold it into different shapes. So there's that one, and another one there, another one. Here's another one here using the sensation ribbon, and this one's using mulberry paper again. Find another one. This one's using a handmade paper, and as I say, these are quite straightforward. These ones I just haven't really decorated them further than that. This is from the Clarity haberdashery set of stamps again, and then some flowers, just a flower and some jute. And this is handmade honeycomb paper that I've stamped onto first. And that is just literally the die, and then I have used safety pins and threaded seed beads on them, and then have hung them from there. Probably will still do more with that, and that again is just very simply the handmade paper flowers. And that's a button that's using some vintage labels, sizing labels. Another one here, just very simple, but I actually really like that one. And then we've got quite a few using the handmade paper string, which is this. I do have this in my Etsy store, so I will leave the link below, which is this. And it comes in lengths of a bit over 1 meter per length. And I think I've got them in packs of 3, but you can open it up, which is really cool. If I can find this piece here, you can effectively, so it'll come like this, and you can unwind it like this, but then you can then unwind each piece further, and then what you end up with, you have to be a little bit delicate. It's handmade paper that's used to do it, so, or handmade, I think it's like a handmade tissue paper, but you have to be a little bit careful when you open it out. But this is what happens when you open it out. So that one I've just literally unraveled it and put 2 or 3 layers there, and then put some wire around the waist. And this one I've unraveled, just folded that over, and a flower on it. And this one I've used some wire and threaded some beads around for the waist on that one. And then this here is plain, so this is just a white that I've used here, and then I've used some Tim Holtz re-inkers on that, which is, let's see if I can find them. So I think on that I used these 2 colours Distress Oxide re-inkers, and I've just wet the rope, the handmade paper rope, and then literally squirted them on, then spritzed it again so that it spreads out even more. And then, as I say, you just unravel it. So it's really not just for these dresses, but it's just really cool. So that was doing that. This one then again is the Handmade paper rope unravelled, but then this was an earring from a charity shop. I often hunt them out just to use these for charms on tassels for journals and things, but this happened to just work as a necklace. As it happened, it was the right size. So that's all I've done. When I do the sensation ribbon, whoops, so the sensation ribbon, I normally cut it to lengths. So cut it to lengths and then fold it over, and then you literally can just bend it around. You can either do that all together or all the colours all together. So bend it around, and then let's take one more colour. And then what I normally do is, I think for that other one I just used it for the waist as well. So then you can bend it over. Let's take this piece here. So then I folded on a couple of them. I folded it over. That needs to come down slightly. On a couple of them I folded over. You can glue it on, of course, glue it on as well. And then I've just wrapped that round. Would take a bit more time and do it a bit more neat. But really simple. And the same with the handmade paper rope. All I did was just literally unravel it. When you unravel it, often it'll be joined somewhere, so you won't end up necessarily with the whole length. So it looks like there's a break in it there, but as I say, the same thing. You just unravel and then confold. You have to be very gentle when you tease it out. And these are the brights, but of course there you go, there's the break in it there. And then as it's wound together, obviously they need to kind of wind the pieces together. So that's how it comes out. So you can easily then, however you want to, you could fold it over. You could just tear this one maybe. I think I did tear a couple of them. So could fold it over, and you would obviously cut it down. You don't obviously need to have that much on there, but it's so simple. And then again, either beads around the waist, or I save all sorts of bits, or little odd bits of wire, any little embellishments you've got. And these are really simple, but you can really go to town with it. I'll try and remember to leave the link below for the Clarity Stamp Haberdashery set, because it's a really cool set. It's it here. It's this one, and it's really cool because it's got loads of different stamps on it, and I believe it's still available, so I will try and leave the link below. This one goes there. The safety pin. You can use, obviously you can use, like I have done here, actually use a safety pin to do it, but I just thought I want to revisit some of the dies. I don't want to keep buying new dies. I just want to revisit some of the dies. This is another, this is the handmade paper. Again, this is the honeycomb paper, which I've used on one of them, and I've stamped on that. And you can also use the oxides on this as well to dye it, to colour it. And then there's also handmade paper strings. So you could, all sorts, baker's twine, all sorts of things you could put on it. Or like I have with the jewellery, with the earring, little bits, odd bits of chain from old jewellery, beads, all sorts of things. Anyway, I hope that you have enjoyed this quick video. If you have, if you could give me a thumbs up and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. Thank you.